Club N17. I'm doing the hangover here with Dino, who just disappeared, and you're back. You're with us for this one, yeah? Because we just
Yeah,
won
man.
4-0. We just beat Wolfsberger 4-0. And I don't really know where to start because we went through a lot with the boys. So let's start picking apart some of the players. So Doherty,
Shit again, wasn't
like against these lot.
he? Yeah, he's no good. He
Well,
ain't.
we've got to sell him, haven't we, at the end of the season, I think. He's useless. I mean, even as a squad player, okay, I think he's useful if you're playing against really bad opposition like that. But
We
if your
was
main guy gets injured and you've got to go up against City or Liverpool and Doherty's your right back, wow,
he's no good. He's no good at going forward, is he?
at all.
Like I said the other day, defensively, like he doesn't really. Like I don't think he's a liability like Aurier, but he just offers absolutely nothing. Like I've seen him play. I watched him play for Ireland loads of times. Well, not loads of times, but I've seen him play for Ireland a few times, and I've seen him play for Wolves a couple of times. And he looked like a budget version of the Liverpool right back, Alexander Arnold.
Oh, Arnold, okay.
Like same kind of player, but just not quite to that standard. Which is, you know what I mean? He's good, isn't he? So, but he's
So why is that? Why is that though? Is that because he was actually getting crosses in when you were watching him, and because that's what you know Alexander Arnold for, though, isn't it? It's just really, really good passing ability.
He takes up sort of the same positions. Like Alexander Arnold is he's like a playmaker that plays right back, isn't
he? Yeah.
So like, it's not only you don't like if you think of Aurier, just gets down the line and tries to get across it, and that's the be all and end all of everything he does going forward, right? Where Alexander Arnold, a bit like Doherty does, will play diagonals. He can join in the build-up play, but like properly. Like he can break a line here and there with a pass, with a little diagonal along the floor. Like he can play football.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what's happened. I honestly ain't got a clue what's happened.
No.
He's like really bad, really, really bad. And it was interesting that they brought the youngster that they decided to bring on yesterday was a right back.
Yeah.
It made sense because they must be thinking like
He's not losing anything.
Yeah, get to the summer. They've got two right backs that neither of them are any good. Do you really want to go and buy two right backs? So I suppose they've got to be open that there's a right back there, which is why they might be playing Tanganga there. And obviously this kid's come on. Maybe they're hoping that he ain't bad, so they only have to buy one.
Yeah. I mean, we don't really know anything about him. But I was saying I did like the tenacity he had, and he had the bottle to be high up the pitch. I quite liked that.
Yeah, he didn't anything wrong with him. I don't know if he's good or not, or he's shit, but
well, yeah, I didn't
first
really
look, he seemed all right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then our centre backs, it was easy, but they got through a couple of times. But we were comfortable, I think.
Dyer tried getting sent off, didn't he?
Oh shit! With the yellows, right?
But it was the one it looked like it should have been. It looked like it was a penalty, but it wasn't actually inside the box. When he sort of left the ball, decided leaving the ball weren't right, and the guy cut across him, and he basically took the guy out. I don't know how he got away with that. Like that should have. He was clean through.
That was so stupid.
It was just really bad defending, bad decision making. Made the wrong decision. Went to rectify it, brought him down, got away with it. Fuck knows how he got away with it. He should have been sent off, really.
Wow. So that's how they done. That was us against Wolfsberger, and that's the kind of standard you get out of Eric Dyer when he's playing someone that bad, where he should be more comfortable and more confident. Well, I think overconfidence is probably a thing that is probably a problem of his as well.
I think Toby was all right.
Toby was fine. Toby always is fine.
Yeah, Toby was all right.
Yeah, I don't think.
I don't think he's not like nowhere near the player he was. Like nowhere near. But him being nowhere near is a completely different level above different class and level above the rest of them.
He's just solid, isn't he? He don't make the mistakes that they do. And if
No,
he does,
he's just not. He's just not as quick and as sharp, and he's just lost a little bit of everything. But
I think he's the sharpest one out of them, to be fair.
That's because he's mentally he's probably fucking 10 times sharper than them, because they're
yeah,
I don't know, fucking some sort of weird team.
They're not switched on. And then Ben Davies was good.
Yeah, Davis was all right.
He was beating men. He was getting far high up the pitch, which is, again, you do have to take into account that it was Wolfsberger. But if he wanted to, he could have just sat back and, I don't know what instructions he was given anyway. But he was much more attacking, and I think it maybe had to do with the opposition that we were playing against.
Of course, yeah, they were shit. They're a mid-table Austrian team.
Easy.
Like, if you can't play well against them, fuck me.
Yeah. But the attacking impetus that I saw from him, I think, was really pleasing. And
yeah, he was all right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then our double pivot. Then I'll let you start.
I thought Sissoko I don't think he played particularly well, really. There weren't really much he could do, but I don't think he played well. He seems to have lost a bit. Like, we was talking about, I was saying he can't play football, and you were saying basically his physical attributes make up for that. Pretty much. You didn't actually. You said he was better. But
I'm saying you said he was
better than. Yeah, you said he was a better footballer than I said. But his physical attributes seem to be diminishing a bit now, don't they? Don't you think?
I haven't noticed it, but that's maybe just because I'm so biased at the moment. I'm happy.
I don't know. It just seems a bit like that. Winks. I thought Winks was a little bit better. I don't think he was great, but
it's Wolfsberger again, isn't it?
Yeah, he was trying to pass the ball forward. The most frustrating thing, you see Davies, and you're like, he played that well because of the opposition, right? No one can dispute that, because we know for a fact he can't do that against better teams, right? But Winks, we kind of know he can do that. That's the frustrating thing, that he don't do that. So it was good to see him sort of get on the turn, and he didn't look for the easy ball all the time.
No, I think he had a couple shots as well.
Yeah,
he needs to fix up with them as well. Jesus, his shooting is. I'm sure he's got better technique than what we've seen so far, but he gets teed up with some really nice shooting opportunities and just fucking blazes them.
Yeah. He's all right. Like, everyone's
because he wouldn't have tried that a little while ago. He would have tracked the ball and started looking around and whatever. So yeah, good on him.
Everyone's trying to work out if he's good enough, or we should sell him, or once Skip comes back, where he's gonna end up. But I can't see. It's when Skip comes back, I can't see him going and Sissoko not going. Do you know what I mean? They've got the issue with a foreign player thing. Sissoko's older. He's not as good, but all round. So I don't think he goes. I don't think he'll leave unless he wants to. He's all right, isn't he? He's just not...
I'd agree with that. And that's a crazy thing, because I think you're right that if they had to get rid of one of the two, it would be Sissoko. Whereas I think
it makes sense.
Sissoko's a safer squad member to have in your team, because he's consistent. But Harry Winks.
I mean, the only thing would be is possibly Winks. You'd get more money for Winks, and then if they expected like Sissoko to get another year out of him or something like that, and then someone like Harvey White or that boy that come on last night didn't look too bad. Maybe they think that they can bring him through, let Sissoko go, make a bit of money out of Winks, kind of thing. But I don't think it matters really. Neither of them are quite good enough.
Yeah,
but not. I think that's why me and Alfie said that
we probably need to sell him. Or, well, we've seen his level though, haven't we? I think we've seen the best of him. And I don't know
The
if we're
thing is, everyone expects him to be as good as, like, to be good enough to win the league. Like, he's in the second string team. He's in the second 11. Like, why is he gonna be better than or as good as Ndombele and Lo Celso and Højbjerg? He's not. Otherwise, he'd be in the first team. Like, even if you look at Man City's squad, if you chop their first 11 and their second 11 and split them, the second 11 is still brilliant. Don't get me wrong, but they're still not as good as the first 11.
yeah.
I mean, look what's happened to Liverpool after a couple of injuries. They're fucked.
He should have pushed on by now, though. He should be.
He should have pushed on with a potential, yeah, with the potential he should have.
Oh, and
But
the
he ain't
time.
gonna.
Like he was starting. What was it all last season with Sissoko in his mid?
But he obviously ain't. That's gonna be around his level. What's he? 24?
Yeah, he's still really young, isn't he?
He's still young for that position because he's not like he's a explosive winger or something. He's a tidy ball player. So as he gets older, like if you think of Xavi and Iniesta, players like that, they didn't peak properly until they hit 30 or closer to 30. Do you know what I mean? So if you look at it like that, maybe we're just talking shit and we're just because he started off so well. I think he's all right. I don't mind him.
No, me same. Yeah, I don't mind him. Yes. On to the bit that I've been looking forward to.
Yeah, go on.
Deep breath, so yeah, sorry, Dele and Bale.
Well, straight away, Bale.
I think one of them will be starting against Burnley. I think. I don't know if both of them will be.
Bale starts against Burnley. That's why he didn't start last night. That's fucking obvious.
Right. So
Bale 100% starts against Burnley.
Dele has done enough to earn a start, though. I think he's been trying to play himself into some sort of form. When he's come on, he's been like a 5, 6 out of 10, but he's trying stuff. And then he's got that. And with Dele, when he's on form, it's not like little bits and spurts. He just goes on a row. And when you see him doing shit like he did yesterday, I think you just let him fly. You let him go from now. But I don't know. I don't think that will happen. He'll be on the bench.
So we've been arguing about Dele Alli, haven't we, for like 2 weeks, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think what changed straight away, because apparently there was this meeting, right? So obviously at the meeting went that Dele Alli must have thought he was going to Paris. The window shut, and then they had this meeting, right? That's pretty much seems like how it must have gone around the time of the crunch talks and all that bullshit. And since then, he has, like as much as it sounds like I'll slag Dele Alli off, like I do proper love Dele Alli. Okay. Like he's a proper Tottenham player. He's like arrogant, attitude, nastiness, bit of flair. Like he's perfect. Like an informed Dele Alli is great. But he just seemed to like lose like all of them things. He lost them all. Like, because he's never been one to get on the ball and in pockets and pick and slip balls in and all that things that everyone used to expect him to do. Because you remember, like you said the other week, people would be like, what does he do? Dele Alli shit. And we'd be like, well, he just on his own just won the game against Chelsea.
Yeah.
Like what more do you want apart from win games? What more do you want him to do? So like even last night, so I'm looking at last night and I'm thinking he didn't play well last night, really. Like, but he done the Dele Alli thing, and Dele Alli don't need to play well.
Yeah, I agree with that. Games. But I do think he played
like what he done last night. He could do against Man City. Like so, when we're talking about like look at the opposition, like he just does magic things. And since the talk, he's got like that arrogance seems to come back, the nastiness. He's got an attitude. Like you see him arguing with people again, leaving his foot in and things like that. Like all them things have come back, and it just looked like to me like the magic was never going to come back. He didn't look confident to try what he done last night. And even like I was like, even though I know that we've been having this argument for 2 weeks, and last night was basically your like big told you, like you was right and I was wrong. I was so happy when he scored that overhead kick. I couldn't stop smiling for like 5-10 minutes.
It was
Because
just like you
so,
said in the group chat, or just in the text to me. That was some Dele Alli shit, weren't it?
it was just brilliant, wasn't
So
it?
Dele Alli.
And even the ball to Vinicius was so Dele Alli. Like that was so Dele in his prime. Sort of like just got it out casually, just clipped it in like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Pinpoint precision. It was just brilliant. And that was like, that's the thing where I was watching him last night, and before he scored the goal, I was like, he's shit again. Like he's been useless again.
Right.
And then he done that, and I was like, wow, fuck me. Like we haven't seen him do anything like that for ages. And then he was still miscontrolling the ball, misplacing passes, trying flicks that won't happen. And then he set one up. Then he was doing them bits again. Then he set another one up. And I was like, that's what Dele Alli does. Like, don't expect him to play well for 90 minutes. Actually expect him to play quite poorly. Like, but
I don't know if I go that far, but I didn't think
he will win you matches.
I didn't think he was that bad with his general play. I thought he was all right. He was getting about a lot, so there was a lot of running around. So defensive work, I thought he was okay, just okay. But in the same way Ericsson was, I didn't expect him to get his foot in and shit like that. I just thought he would just be in the right.
He gets about, doesn't he? Gets
Yeah.
about, closes down, aggressive to a certain extent. That's what I mean. Yesterday was like the perfect Dele Alli. That was Dele Alli in his prime. Like, if you're waiting for Dele Alli to come back, that was him.
Yeah. Oh, and then Bale's goal, I was saying to I think it was Alfie, like when was it? Yeah, it was Dele. When Dele plays the ball through to him, and he's coming in from the right. As I was looking at it, I was just thinking, in a split second, either he's got to hit that straight away, or he's going to, take it on and try and take the keeper on. And I kind of back Bale in that situation. So I was hopeful anyway. But that hit into that top corner was better than I actually pictured it in my head. And like that finish was absolutely beautiful. Thumped it. And it was and he had a decent game as well in general.
So this is 2-0 to you now, isn't it? Because obviously I've said that we'll never see him be anything, like not just a little bit good. I just said he was done, completely finished, and we're not going to see anything from him, didn't I? Like a week ago.
Yeah.
And since I said that, what was the first game he come in and played all right in? Well, he come on, he was the best player on the pitch in the second half, wasn't he, against West Ham?
Yeah.
Then he done what he did last night. And I think there was a game before that he looked like.
There was one game before as well where he came and done some bits.
But see that goal yesterday, like when we was excited about Bale coming back, like no one was expecting him to go past 2 or 3 players, blistering pace and be Gareth Bale like 5 years ago. But we knew like that goal last night, dropped to him, top corner, in and around the box, that kind of quality. That's what we was hoping for. So in games like Burnley, when I think under Pochettino, I think we missed. we was magic away from winning leagues.
Right.
So even though Kane could do some great stuff, couldn't he?
Yeah.
And we see Dele Alli do some bits, and Ericsson played well, but then we didn't have like when there was no room. Like if you remember when Bale was there before, when there was no room to play and no room to pass, he'll just pick the ball up and go and do, and then go and get his goal himself.
Yeah.
Like we was magic away from, and he's obviously still, he has obviously, I'd said he didn't have it, but that goal was magic last night. That was proper Gareth Bale top quality. Like no one else. I'm not saying plenty of people would have scored from there, but no one would have executed it like that. That was fucking class.
Yeah, it was. I mean, even when I was picturing him using his left to curl it around the keeper, I thought, right, okay, it will be like a nice swerving into the bottom corner, or the keeper dives a bit too late, so it goes past him, but it's kind of central. But no, he just fucking whacked it straight into the top corner. It was gorgeous.
That's the quality.
Gorgeous.
That is his quality. Like, you know, I said the other day that he will do some quality stuff sometimes because he has that quality.
Yeah.
Like, so if that would have been, if the West Ham second half of the West Ham game didn't happen, where he was that, he did actually turn it into a bit of that guy, like, give me the ball, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll take the corners, I'll get the ball. So if that West Ham game didn't happen, and I just see that goal last night, my opinion probably wouldn't have changed to it was a week ago, where he's basically dead. You see the odd glimpse of magic from him because he's quality, but apart from like being any major influence in the league.
Yeah.
But if you match that goal up last night to the second half performance of West Ham, like, you've got to really like go, all right, play him, like give him 4 or 5 games on a bounce and see what happens. You've got to really, because no one else is doing fuck all.
Yeah. Yeah. So we won't go into a massive predicted lineup or anything like that, but so who do you think do you know what, actually I'll put a pin in that for now. Vinicius was
The only thing I
good.
will say, about Dele Alli thing is that Son obviously starts, doesn't
he? Yeah.
If we're saying Bale starts now, which we're probably gonna have to, because the right side's been a bag of shit. And if he's doing what he's doing, then we might as well throw him in there and try and win games that we ain't winning at the minute. The problem with Dele Alli is, even though Dele Alli played so well last night, I think Lamela was the man of the match yesterday again, regardless of what Dele done.
I think a couple of people didn't actually see that, because I think Alfie
I
was
don't know.
really he was like, huffing and puffing a
He was
bit.
the best player. Like, he was the best player on the pitch by a mile.
No, he was quality. Ben gave him his props as well, but
yeah. He looked like you know what he looked like? He looked like if you're training, like, I don't know, under 13s and you let a fucking 16-year-old join in.
Yeah,
He just
that's
seemed
what I
too
was gonna say. It's
skillful
like you're
for him,
letting the
too
coach
strong
go
for
on.
him. Yeah, it was a joke. It
won
was
everything.
quite embarrassing. Yeah.
But I mean, there was some end product issues in there, but I don't mind.
So that's what I'm saying. To me, I think at the minute, Dele Alli's probably got to do that, or not that, but he's got to. I think just to go, right, Dele, you go in and Lamela come out. You think about it, Lamela's probably been our best player since Christmas.
He's up there.
Like, everyone else has been shit. Højbjerg's been fucking rubbish. And he was our best player before Christmas, probably. Him, Son and Kane. Son ain't scored a goal. When was the last time Son scored a goal?
And then,
So did he score against West Ham? Or no, it's disallowed. Yeah. I can't remember the last time Son scored a goal.
I think, and people were giving props to what's his name, to Tanguy as well. So, and even him, I don't think that's the best you can get. That's not the best you can get out of him. That is not the best you can get.
I mean, I think Lamela at the minute is still got to be. He's still got to go first 11. But Jose, like what you said about let Dele roll with it now. Jose is quite clever, and he has been quite clever. Like, everyone digs out his man management, but you only get fucked. Jose only fucks you off if you're a problem. Apart from that, his man management's quite good. He does get the best out of a lot of people. Like, if you look at what he's done with Ndombele. So I don't know. Personally, I think that to drop Lamela for Dele after Dele playing one good game in 2.5 years.
Yeah.
It's harsh when Lamela's been good. But I could see it. I could see it. If he went, like, imagine if he starts Dele Alli and Dele Alli goes and gets the winner on Sunday, like,
then genius.
Then it's genius, isn't it? But I don't know if I would. I don't know. To be honest,
no, I don't
Dele
think I would either, though. I mean, just because of like the aggression, and I'd want to get started early against them lot, and the influence that Lamela has on the team. So if you want to start with a bit of intensity, you'd start with Lamela over Ali for sure. But not to say that you don't get something. I think you get a bit of menace with Dele Alli. Whereas if you started Dele Alli, if you're starting with Lamela, then you get that kind of intensity and vigor and whatever. But I don't know. Look, I don't know if I would give Mourinho that many props at the moment because I
He's been
have
a
been saying for a
fucking
little
idiot.
while. No, I have been saying for a little while that he's got Gareth Bale sitting there, and there's been ample time and ample games for him to get him going. And the guy is a quality player, but like I said, they were having some sort of weird beef or whatever, and he wasn't playing him. I mean,
I don't. We've argued about this. I still
we
don't know.
have,
Like,
yeah.
if you look at it, Bale started against. What game did he start the other week? He started a game a few weeks ago, didn't he? A league game, and he didn't deserve to start that game. He'd been shit.
Right.
Can't think of the game it was. It was a league game. So Jose started him because he was Gareth Bale in that game because he didn't show anything and he was shit in that game. He was good against West Ham and he was good again last night and he's probably going to start Sunday. So I don't know. I think if you're looking at it, Jose's never not picked him when he should have. He's only ever picked him when he didn't deserve it anyway. So if you look at it like that, like Jose's been quite fair with him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, but there's a difference between, being fair and no, I'm going to talk shit. I'm not even going to finish that sentence. That's going to be bollocks. I was going to say something along the lines of there's being fair and also just doing what you need to do to win. Fuck everything. Fuck fair. Fuck whatever. If you've got a weapon like that, you keep on playing him.
But he wasn't making differences against fucking shit teams.
Say that again.
Like, it wasn't like he was playing against like a shit European team and scoring an hat-trick. He was shit in them games. Like, so he was shit against shit opposition. I don't know why. I can't work out why anyone goes, he was shit against fucking the Dog and Duck last on Thursday. Why don't we play him against Man City? I don't get it. Well, but now Sunday he should play.
What I saw when I was watching him play, though, is him trying to get back up to speed. I never saw him necessarily being particularly lazy. I did notice that his touch wasn't great. Positionally,
he's always been lazy.
Wasn't that good? Huh? He's always been lazy.
He's always been lazy. Yeah, people forget that. He's always been lazy as fuck.
How can you... Right, you try to do even one or two of those lung bursting runs in one game.
I know, but what I'm saying is
how much that fucking energy that takes from you?
No, I don't.
That's not lazy. You've got to be an actual athlete to be able to do it. The amount of times that he used to do it for us, I'm not having that. He weren't lazy.
He might look a bit
blasé at time, but he's not lazy.
When he really changed into like world class was under AVB.
Yes.
Right, which no one actually gives AVB any credit for. Everyone talks about Redknapp putting him into midfield. But AVB was the one who stuck him
like in a 10 sometimes.
In a 10 or to the right. That was AVB. And if you look at it, like, I remember that. I remember it because I used to get fucking proper frustrated with him because he didn't do anything. Like, he didn't run back. Like, literally, he'd stop and people just let people like go past him with a ball. But it must have been.
No, you're right.
It must have been. AVB must have said, you don't have to do none of that. When you get the ball, score. Like, you're on the pitch to do that. Because he literally used to pick the ball up and he'd be fucking off shooting from 20, 30 yards, trying to take everyone on. But he didn't give him no responsibility. Like, I don't know why I've come out with this, but it's just dawned on me that, like, you've got to, no one's really credited AVB for that. And when you think of the money that we got for him, AVB's a genius. I've never thought of this before. It's just coming out. But if you think about it, well done, mate. Well done, AVB.
Well done to him.
Fucking got us 100 million.
It's not bad. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was about to go into Vinicius. I was not impressed with him. Like, his finishes were good, but his play on the day was not that good. I think probably about 20% of the time that he got the ball, he done something like normal or useful with it. The rest of it was just a fuck up. And then he got 2 goals. But he ain't Dele Alli, so I'm not going to give him props for that.
Right, but this is the thing, right? This is the thing. So
He's
he was shit, but scored 2 goals,
yeah.
and we're going to slag him off for it. Dele Alli was shit, but scored a goal and got 2 assists. But now all of a sudden he's Maradona.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what Dele does. That's what I'm saying.
that
Well,
might maybe that's what he does.
Defending his game as well. I was defending his game earlier today. I think he wasn't that bad. It was like a 6, 7 out of 10, and then he got 2 goals. Well, he got a goal and 2 assists.
He was probably a sick.
But Vinicius, though, what's frustrating is that we need him. We need him because.
But he's delivered, isn't he?
Huh?
If you look at it, like if you look at it,
Like, I think his numbers are all right, but
he's done more. He's done fucking much more this season than Bale's done. And Bale's going to start Sunday, and Vinicius is nowhere near the team.
He's done more than Lucas and Bergwijn put together, and probably Bale. He's done more.
And Dele, like this season, he's been our 4th best attacking player behind Kane, Son, and Lamella. Apart from that, he's the next best one.
I would just wish that if he would just do some of the basics right, and don't even think about trying to be clever. Don't think about trying to track back to win some brownie points by, you know.
I don't. Do you know what? I don't know. I think you're being a bit harsh, to be honest.
Huh?
I think you're being a bit harsh.
I don't think he was that good on the ball.
Like, no, I don't think he was yesterday, but I think he holds the ball up better than Kane. Kane don't hold the ball up.
He was shocking his hold-up play yesterday.
Kane don't hold the ball up.
And Kane don't hold the ball up. So, yeah.
He either gets fouled or he don't.
Yeah, so that's not a strong statement. So you're saying he's better than somebody who doesn't actually do the thing.
But what I'm saying is he can hold the ball up as good as Kane. He was getting free kicks same way Kane does. Right?
Yeah.
He makes runs and no one picks him out. Like, we've both seen this. I think he's got a few assists. Like, so little flicks and touches on and things like that.
Yeah.
I think he played a ball through or tried to, and it was just a bit short and got cut out. That if it would have been Kane, everyone would have been going, "Fuck me, you're amazing."
Yeah.
Like, I think, like, and then if you want to talk about like Dele Alli not having enough games to get into form and Bale not having enough games to get into form, well, he hasn't either. So he's sort of playing off an uneven field. And I think for the minutes he's got and how disappointing he must be for it, like last week against this team not starting, he must have been pissed off.
Yeah.
So if you look at it like that,
what I was getting at, and I mean, don't think I was necessarily going to be too harsh. My point was that we need him, and in order for him to be on the pitch, he needs to be doing those simple things, because that's what like Mourinho and the staff will be looking at. I know they'll be wonderful. You got your goal, that's it. But those guys will be talking about, look, we need you to be helping the team. And yeah, I don't think he did that much right when he was on the ball yesterday. More wrong than right. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he was. I don't think he was great on the ball. No, I don't think he was as bad on the ball as Dele was, for instance.
No, Dele was better.
I don't think he was.
Did the ball away a couple of times. I did notice that.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I don't think he was. I agree that he's not. I agree that I don't think he's perfect, but when you're talking like he's a second string striker that's never ever going to play in the Premier League because of Kane. So what are you meant to do with that? Like, you ain't going to go and get someone who's brilliant. He's probably the best.
So if we can look like he actually does something other than being a fox in the box, because I don't think anybody else is really seeing the runs that he's making. So they will probably just think he is just a fox in the box. And then he's trying too hard when he does get on the ball outside of the box. And What am I talking about? Actually, he was helping with a bit of build-up play on the left. I can remember in the first half, we was linking up quite well with the guys. And then he would, they'll do a little triangular thing, so they'll be passing it around, and then he's ready to bolt off to get around the back of the defender, and he doesn't get the ball. We just cut everything. So that does frustrate me. But I think if you were able to see what he can bring to the team, other than just being clinical and having really good reflexes in the box, he needs to show that he can play and do other things. Otherwise, he won't get as much game time. Because
he's not going to get any more game time anyway.
We need him to.
Like, that's the thing. We don't really. Like,
if Kane gets injured, right?
Son plays up front.
Plays Son, but that's not the best thing to do, though. I don't think that's the best thing to do. Well,
I don't think it is the best thing to do. I think, apart from City, I think if everyone's forward gets injured, they're fucked. Main goal scorer. If Aguero's injured, they play Gabriel, didn't they? But apart from that,
that's just because Aguero was injured.
Arsenal play Aubameyang or Lacazette. I don't think Lacazette's that good.
No, it's whack.
Who else is the other teams ain't even got a second forward? A lot of them, have they? Everyone says about us not having one, but like Leicester, for instance, they have to play Iniesta. I don't think he's bad, is he? But
no,
you wouldn't be happy with him.
To be fair, he don't get that much game time, does he? So
no, I think he's all right. His main problem is, I think he's the fee at the end of the transfer, at the end of the loans, like 40-45 million, something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, we're not.
And you ain't going to get, like, if it's 15 million, you'd probably pay 15 to 20 million for him, because he's still, however way you look at it, he's still done better than Janssen, Soldado. Like,
yeah,
he's been the best striker we've bought since Berbatov.
Oh my God.
If you think about it.
I think you're right, man.
That's right. He's been the best striker we've bought in about 15 years.
Oh, is he better than Pav? No, he's not better than Pav, though.
Yeah, I think he's probably all round. I think he's probably better than Pavlyuchenko.
Nah, not for me.
We just used to like him because he was fucking mental.
Yeah, he was mental, and he was like, basically, he was a bigger Jermaine Defoe. They just did the same shit. Like, just whenever they get the ball,
his finishing.
They got wicked technique with both feet. So his
finishing with both feet was unreal, but he was fucking useless.
Yeah,
he couldn't do anything else.
No, but yeah, he's another one. You never see him really taking on goalkeepers or anything. It's just once he gets.
That's because he was shit. He couldn't do nothing.
So
I did like him.
I would put, out of those strikers, I would put Pav a bit above.
No, I don't. I'm not all round. I don't think. I don't know. Pavlyuchenko wasn't that bad, was he?
Then crappy.
But what did we? I'd say, to be a fair argument, would to say they're probably on par.
Okay. I think
he's a bit better. You think Pav's a bit better?
Yeah. I don't.
If you look,
saying they're there.
If you look at the money, Pavlyuchenko, what did he cost? Some dough, didn't he? What did we pay for him? 18 million, something like that.
I thought it was more in the 20s or something, but
I'm not sure we got to the 20s.
That would, because Lamella, when he came, we spent 30 on him, and that's like the most we'd ever spent, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So if you take into account that he's only a loan, he is all right.
And then I did Adebayor as well, but
fuck Adebayor, he was shit.
I hate him. Yeah.
He was shit.
I don't think
it was fucking honestly crap.
He was good, and he was thick as shit. He would get caught offside 4 or 5 times a game.
Oh mate, you used to do my nutting because everyone would go on, but on his day, I'm like, he's never had a day. You cunt. He's never had a fucking day. What day was this?
Well, he had that day.
Oh, you remember, like, he scored a good goal against Everton once. Do you know what it was? It was one of them things, because he was so shit. and so fucking bad and so disappointing is that if he controlled the ball a couple of times and maybe passed the ball a couple of times, everyone go, oh, he done all right today, didn't he? Like, he played quite well. Wherever, if it was someone else, you'd be going, he done fuck all today. Like, it literally got that bad where, I mean, if he scored a goal, oh, he was brilliant today. When he was just as shit as always, he just scored a goal. And he scored a goal because he's played 10 games on the fucking bounce. That's why he scored a goal.
No, but every now and again, he did used to drop deep and have some fun. So, you know, he'll get the ball and wait for someone to come onto him, and he'll do that displaying his strength thing. So you couldn't get the ball off him.
Fucking useless.
If you can see my see what he's been doing. But yeah, so he'll display his strength, hold somebody off, and then pass the ball and then run up. And
his first touch was disgraceful for a Premier League footballer.
I couldn't get over the offside thing. That was unbelievable.
His first touch was. Do you remember the goal he scored for Arsenal against us? Yeah. When he tried to control it and it bounced off of his foot and he volleyed it, and everyone was going, "Wow, we flicked the ball up."
Yeah.
He did not flick the fucking ball up. He tried to control it and it bounced off his fucking leg. Fuck me.
You know, with that being said, that's similar to like Ali's goal with a touch, because he had well, actually, this was a quick ball coming in from our boy Doherty.
Are we giving him an assist for that? Dele Alli's basically flicked the ball up and
he basically crossed the ball,
it,
and it reached Dele Alli by his midriff. So it's like, what could he have done with it? So that touch that Dele done was all he could really do with it. So the first touch was beautiful, and then the bicycle kick was beautiful as well.
Yeah.
I think have we gone through everybody there?
Yeah, pretty much.
The striker, is it Alfie? No, it's not Divine, is it?
No, that's the Scarlett. Is it Scarlett? Dane Scarlett?
Yeah, I've got a really good feeling about that kid.
He looks quite lively, doesn't he?
He really does, and he looks like he's got the natural hunger to want to do shit when he's on the pitch. So
he's what's it? I ain't looked at his stats for a little while, but whenever people first started talking about him a few months ago, and I had a look, and I think he'd scored like his goal per game thing in the for the under 18s was unbelievable. And then I think it was like he only played a few games for the under 23s, and I think he'd scored more goals than he'd played. I think last time I checked. I don't know how he's getting on now, but
and he's got a goal.
He's only, what's he, 17, 17, and he's 17?
I thought he's 16, but yeah, he might
16, be 16. Yeah. No, I think he might be 16.
Yeah. So, and he's got a goal he has got a goal, didn't he? Did he get one in the cup?
No, I don't think he did get a goal. No, he didn't get a goal. Oh no, he might have actually.
I think he's got a goal for us, and he's got a goal and an assist.
Don't know. I can't remember. Possibly.
I'll check that. See if I'm talking.
I'm sure. I think he might have hit the post. In his first game, I think he nearly scored.
Right. But
yeah, he looks all right.
Yeah.
The centre midfielder looked all right. And was it John?
Yeah, the John.
Name John?
Yeah.
I thought he looked quite tidy in that.
Yeah, Harry Winks has got to watch it, man. Jesus, he needs to step it up, because you got that.
He didn't know any worse than Winks
doing that, and then definitely what's his name? Oliver Skip. So yeah, when Skip comes back, it's basically that slot next to Højbjerg's his, isn't it? Or is he going to be back up to Højbjerg?
Don't know. It's an interesting conversation, isn't it? Like you got to think Lo Celso. When Lo Celso comes back, like everyone's forgot about Lo Celso. Lo Celso was probably our best player last season.
Yeah.
In my opinion, he
was playing in the pivot, really, weren't he?
Yeah. In my opinion, a fit Lo Celso still starts in front of Ndombele for me at the minute.
Same here, because he actually goes to get the ball.
Yeah.
On the pivot.
He covers the ground, puts his foot in, can go past players. He can pass a bit. you probably final third quality ain't the same as Ndombele, but if you're playing in the pivot, it's not all about that, is it?
No, exactly.
So that is interesting. But when he comes back, it's definitely Højbjerg, isn't it? But then when Skip comes back, how much better than Skip is Højbjerg? Skip be another year older.
We're talking absolute bollocks here, but I see what you mean, because I've been watching Skip. He's something else. He gives you a bit.
When you think like
actually, but
them 4 players going for them 2 positions, that's a fucking lot. But that's a lot of quality in that position.
It is. So Sissoko and Winks have got to really fucking step it up and watch.
Well, Sissoko's finished. He's old. He's older. Like when you think of it that way, he's not really even in the conversation.
You don't need to think I'll shoot my spot. It's like if I play, I don't.
Yeah, by the time next season comes around and Skip comes back, the Sissoko, I can't see how the Sissoko sticks around any longer. Like, but we'll see, innit? We
will see. So we got Burnley on Sunday. Well, we'll talk about that in the pre-drinks, I think, anyway. So that was the hangover for the 4-0 against Wolfsberger. Dele's back, Bale's back.
Dele's back, Dele and Bale's back. I fucking told you.
Of course you did. Of course. Yeah. So listen, mash the like, subscribe.
Mash the like, mash the subscribe button. Do you mash the subscribe button or just click it?
No, you mash all them buttons, man.
Don't mash the dislike button, though.
No, you can. Bit of controversy.
Don't fucking mash the dislike button, you prick.
You heard me. All right, peace out then. All right, catch you soon, Dino.
Yeah, man.
Club N17 out.